Hello, 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 hello,
Hello.
hello,
Hello. Hello.
hello.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me? Just a moment. I think I'll
I
switch
can hear
my.
you. I can hear you. Give me a minute. I'll yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hi.
Hi. My voice is audible.
No, actually, yours is not audible.
I'm not audible. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Perfect. Now this is perfectly fine.
Yeah, thanks, thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll start. Yeah.
Okay. Srinath, right?
Yeah, I'm Srinath. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Nice to talk to you. Srinath, congratulations, first of all, for joining Udacity's Digital Marketing Nano Degree program. Is this your first Nano Degree with Udacity, or have you done any courses past in the past?
No, this is my first one.
This is your first one. Great. Srinath, just
Yes.
one thing that I would want to tell you in the beginning, that this call is being recorded for training and quality purposes. So just may wanted to make sure that you know this. So Srinath, first of all, what are you currently doing?
So currently, I just recently I finished a PG diploma in liberal studies.
Oh, that's great.
So now I'm actually looking for some jobs.
Jobs. Okay.
So yeah, I'm unemployed currently. Yeah.
Okay. No problems. Okay, Srinath, have you started off with the course? Have you looked into the program, the nano degree program?
I just looked at the syllabus and all. I haven't looked at it in the courses and all.
Okay.
So I just registered in the afternoon. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Perfect. Perfect. Okay, Srinath. So, what is your plan? How do you plan to do it? It's a structure is in such a way that it will take at least 3 4 months. The curriculum is the
Uh-huh.
syllabus is designed that way, but there is no restrictions as such. You can do it in a month's time as well. I have had students who've done it in 1 month's time. Also considering that now there is a monthly billing cycle for Udacity, so people do prefer doing it in one go. So is that what you're looking for, or you want to, give it good time and take it as it is?
Actually, I want to finish it in 1 month itself.
Perfect.
So since I don't have anything else to do.
Perfect. Perfect. Makes sense. Okay. So Srinath, do you obviously you must have a brief knowledge of what now you must have a brief knowledge of what the course is about and what the syllabus is, what modules you'll be facing, will you'll be seeing and learning.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I just have the cursory look at it. That's all.
Perfect. Perfect. Is there any specific questions that have popped up in your mind regarding this course?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know how the projects would be actually. So the projects would be centered around some themes that are being discussed. At the same time, the organizations that we are working, can we choose them or are they allotted to us? How should that work?
Okay, so a few of the projects involve running the campaigns, for example, on Facebook or on Google, and most of the right from the very beginning, from the first project itself, you are given a couple of options. One is where you can choose Udacity's DMND, the Digital Marketing Nano Degree program, as the product or the business for which you will be doing all the projects or the running the campaigns in the future as
Uh,
projects, or they also give you the option to choose your own business or your own but you cannot do it for any client as such. It will be the for example, I'll tell you, for you do know what Google AdWords is. Have you heard of it?
I just heard. I know nothing about it.
Okay. So Google AdWords is a platform through which we run ads on Google search engine. You must have seen a few text ads whenever you search on Google, right? That pop up in
Yes.
the first, second, third positions kind of thing. So you're provided with a platform wherein you register through your Gmail ID only. So you will have to register it through your email ID. So you cannot register it through your client, through any client or any third person's email ID. You can register it from your email ID, but run the campaign for any business you want. They will be providing, for example, in Google AdWords as well, they provide you with a budget of $50, and this $50 has to be spent in the 5 days duration. So this can be done to run a campaign for Udacity's Digital Marketing Nano Degree program, or you can choose any other business as you wish.
Acha, but the only restriction is I should use my personal account for this.
Yes,
That's all, right?
yes, 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 yes. For example, there
Yeah,
are few people, freelancing people who do have clients. So obviously, there is a question or a curiosity that develops that whether we can, use because the budget is being assigned by Udacity. So they want you to spend it, not you to spend it on someone else and give them the benefit. They want you to spend it on your own account so that you learn out of it rather than thinking of it as as an actual campaign. It's more for the
yes,
learning.
yes. So how many projects can we do like that? It is
Uh,
just three projects.
There are 10 projects in total. Each project is a little different. For example, the first project is just theoretical majorly, wherein they ask you, from the very beginning, you have to choose the one business, a digital marketing nano degree or whatever you wish to. And you have to keep that constant in or throughout all the projects. All the projects will revolve around that business only.
Oh, so there is only one organization or one
Yes,
something that I should be choosing. Okay, okay.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
preferably also, if you think it in a way, in that way, it is good because then it gives you a complete understanding for one business, and then you can obviously, using that knowledge, you can replicate it to many other businesses as you do jobs, or maybe you run your own business. You can replicate that kind of knowledge. So this the understanding that you develop for one business in this entire Udacity's course will gives you a broader idea of how everything works for a single use case.
Yeah, yeah. So, for example, if I have some client or someone,
Mhm.
so what are the details or the access that I should be needing if I have to run this on that organization?
So you run it on your own account, and so for example, I'll give you again the example of the Google AdWords project only. So they
Uh,
ask you to run the campaign for a specific objective. For example, you decide, can you give me an example of a kind of a client that you have in mind?
some credit lending business, for
Okay,
example, a
credit lending
yeah.
business. Okay, so they are generally looking for leads that is data of the potential customers, email ID, phone numbers. So you must have seen websites with this lead form there, with a form or inquiry form there, which people generally fill, and then a call is arranged between the client and the customer. They talk. It is
Uh-huh.
not generally, it doesn't generally happen in a day's time. It takes a little bit time because it's a big thing. It's not a watch that you're buying, that you like it, you have money and you buy it. It's you ask,
Uh-huh.
you look at various options, you fill in the inquiry, people connect with you, they talk about the benefits and everything. Okay, so that is the objective. This objective is what we call lead generation. So for example, this is in this case, you will need your account. They will Audacity will assign you $50 budget. You will run the
Uh-huh.
campaign for 5 days, $10 per day. You can create the campaign. You can campaign for that credit lending business. What you will need is the access to their website or the landing page where the users will, when they see the ad, they will click on the ad, they will land to a page, right, of the client. So you need
Yes,
access to
yes.
that, because there is also part of the project also involves you to set up conversion. Basically means you need to track how many users actually filled the form, how many users who clicked on the ad came on the website, and then how many of those filled up the form. So we need to be able to track all these things. So that's why you
Uh-huh.
need, the one major thing that you need is the access to the landing page or the website.
Acha, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Anything else? Or
Not really, but let me think. Mm, No, nothing else. If you have the access to their website, you anyway using your own Google AdWords or maybe Facebook account, so you can very well
uh-huh.
run the ads. Nothing else is required.
Yeah, and that access I need for the entire 1 month, 1 month or 2 months.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that much. Yeah. And anything more about the projects in
Uh,
particular?
I'll tell you. Why are you looking to run it for someone else? Because this is a very this is like running it for 5 days only and a very limited budget for $50. This why I'm saying this. It's just an advice or a suggestion from my side. Just hear it out. If you choose DMND now, like their Udacity's digital marketing program, your life becomes easier because now you don't have to worry about the landing page or the website, because that's not
Uh,
really your job. It's a technical thing. The access is it becomes very easy to understand because you are a customer only of the M&D program. So building campaigns, being able to relate to the concepts that they're talking about, it becomes much more easier. for you.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
my suggestion is always that you choose for Udacity, because it is not going to benefit your client, or if it's you or your client or whosoever it is not going to really benefit. For like $50 a campaign is not going to generate anything. It's just for your
Yeah.
understanding. So it is,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and that DMND, if you choose that, the whole process, all the projects, the whole process is very simple. So it makes your life easier. So I always suggest that you choose that. Once you have the understanding, anyway, you can start running the campaign for the client, because the client, if it is a client, he will anyway pay you, because or at least put in the budget for the campaign. So once you learn all this, you can very well run it, or even run it simultaneously, as you've done. Like for example, you were done with the Google AdWords project. Maybe like, let's say it's the third project. There's still 7 projects left, but you
Uh-huh.
understood Google AdWords. Now you can go ahead and run it for the client in real.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's just one
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
suggestion. It's obviously your choice, absolutely your choice. Just one suggestion from my side.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool.
And apart from that, the projects generally involve like there are theoretical and practical both kind of projects, and it
Hmm.
generally has a Google slide template wherein they have all the PPTs are there, and they mention everything that you need to mention, whatever you run practically, or whatever the questions there are, you have to think and write about them. So it's in the form of a PowerPoint presentation, which you save it as PDF and then submit. Upon submitting, what happens is a reviewer is assigned. A reviewer is basically someone like me only, who could be a mentor also for some other student. So this reviewer is basically
Uh-huh.
an industry expert only. He looks at the whole project. He's provided with certain guidelines for each project, which you also have been provided for writing answers. He's also provided those guidelines for judging the answers. Once he judges or he sees all your answers and approves it, that is when you pass the project. Once you passed all the 10 projects is when you graduate. There is no separate
Uh-huh.
test as such for graduation or getting the degree. You just have to finish
Uh-huh.
all the projects. That's the objective.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
than that, since you've just registered in the afternoon, I would suggest that you should, just log into the portal, look at all the modules first. It's not necessary that you look at all the videos today. Just start off by
Hmm.
just looking at all the modules. Just read about the projects, what is written. Whatever I have spoken, whatever told you about the projects, you will be able to, when you read it, you will be able to understand better. Okay, this is what I actually meant. So just go through it today once, and tomorrow maybe you can let me know if any more doubts pop up in your head before you actually begin, because you need to clear your mind first. You need to clear the path that you're going to follow before you start off. And once that
Uh-huh.
is cleared, we can talk over a call also. We can chat on Student Hub also, and the email IDs will also be shared, because sometimes it is easier to just drop in a mail rather than go on the laptop and log in into Student Hub and then talk to me. So your email
Yeah.
IDs will also be provided, not a problem. So you can connect with me tomorrow. Take today's time, just look at it, clear your mind, build a path in your mind. If you have any problems, need help preparing the plan for you with me, we can talk tomorrow. And once that is done, then that is when you begin, and then you go step by step, and it's going to be wonderful. It's a very beautifully designed program, and
Hmm.
not very difficult to understand. Yes, difficulty is required, because that is how you learn good things, but it's not complicated, or there you won't be any points where you'll be like, oh, this is just, I cannot really understand what's going on. And even if such situation arises, that's where I come in. That's why I am here to help you out. We can take up these one-on-one calls. I'll share a link also wherein you can select the time slot. So you can just select the time slot. Both of us will be, it's called Calendly. So through our emails, we will be notified that I will also be notified that you booked the call from so and so date and so time. It's generally a 30-minute call, but there's no such restriction. If any day, by chance, it's required that we need to talk like for an hour or maybe more, that there is no restriction as such. We can do that.
Acha.
And
Uh-huh.
apart from that, also there is a one when you look at the whole portal of Udacity, you are also provided with a mentor. You will be provided with very soon. I think will be provided with a mentor for placements, because you're specifically looking for jobs. There's a placement segment provided by Udacity, wherein just like this
Uh-huh.
call we are having for the project for the program, you can have this 30-minute call regarding your placements and jobs with one of the mentors, which who will be assigned to you. And always remember,
Acha.
there's one email ID, support@udacity.com. Any problem with
Uh-huh.
anything on the portal, on the platform, just drop a mail. They're very quick to respond and solve your problem.
Yeah.
Support@udacity.com.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and when you said I should figure out some path by tomorrow, what should I be thinking about? It's
So
just
basic.
the
So basically,
client and
yeah, that part, one is that basically, when once you go through all the projects, once you read all the projects, it will clear your mind, okay, how you have to do all the projects, just imagine it in a way. You don't have to really format or write a document, anything like that. Just, it's just for the peace of your mind. Secondly, what the approach, there are two kinds of approach that people generally follow. One is, they keep doing the projects as and when they complete the modules, or the second approach is complete all the modules first and then come start with all the projects,
okay, okay.
because there's no restriction as such. Even the deadlines that will be mentioned, and when you see, you'll see deadlines also mentioned. Those are very soft. Those are soft deadlines. Even if you miss it or you do it early, it doesn't really matter, because as I mentioned, there's no restriction. You can do the entire course in a month's time only. So anyway,
Yeah,
the
okay.
deadlines are not really of that importance. So
Okay.
that is all from my side, I think. Anything else you want to ask?
Mm, no, nothing. I just wanted to ask about placements, but you said there would be some mentor.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
Absolutely. I'll also drop in a mail regarding the placement mentor. I'll just make sure I let them know that you are looking for placements rigorously. That is your sole objective of this course. So you should be assigned a mentor very soon, because you are also planning it to do it in a month's time. So I'll just notify them so that they make certain changes, and make sure that all your problems or whatever hindrances that you might face, or any curiosities that you have, any knowledge that you need in terms of placements, and obviously regarding jobs, where are they available, how to apply, all these things will be catered.
yeah, yeah, cool, cool. Yeah,
And then
yeah. I think
obviously, I am always there. You can also ask me about all these things. I think once you do the course, once we talk a couple of more times, once you're very comfortable with the course, I will definitely take up these discussions as well. We can talk about the job scenario. Where are you located? Which city?
I'm in Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. Perfect, perfect. There are a lot of opportunities in Hyderabad, and very nearby you have Bangalore, a hell lot of opportunities in this field there. So you
Uh-huh.
shouldn't really worry. I think you should just focus on doing the course right now, and thoroughly doing it, understanding each and everything, and jobs won't really be much of a trouble, I think.
Acha, yeah, yeah. Cool, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, yeah. I'll let you. I'll text you, and whenever I'm ready with the content
Okay.
or the, yeah. Okay. No? Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Great. Have a
That's
good
all. No?
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Same. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye, bye.